and I think the interior will look pretty good. All right. These updates are going to be very complicated because there's kind of so much going on. Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. What we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup, the Foose design kit they put out a while back that we're going to be doing a little different. If you want to get caught up on this, by the way, check the description down below. There's a playlist down there for you. This one is getting pretty complicated, so I'm going to try to focus these updates really on what I've just been working on in between episodes. So again, check that playlist if you want to kind of find out what's going on overall with the build. I'm going to start with, I think, updating on the front cabin. And we had talked about doing a different grille and bumper setup in the front of this, using the grille and bumper out of a Bronco. So first thing I did is I got the grille from the Bronco, and I just had to literally just kind of shave down just a little bit on these corners to get this grille to fit in right like so. In fact, let me show you down below. It might be easier to see. Well, maybe it's easier to see. I don't know. And I need to stop banging this camera down here. I got to remember that. But yeah, so that fits pretty nice down there. Got that to fit where I want it. And then, but we also need the bumper, which I plan on using the bumper from the Bronco also, but we need to very much smooth this out. So that's what I've started doing. I left this side with filler all piled up on there. But I don't know if you remember, but there were actually tow hooks here. There were recesses with tow hooks in them. And so I had to take the tow hooks down to surface level and then fill those recesses, fill all these recesses. I moved all the bolt heads. We're going to smooth this all out. Right now I'm working on getting this line back. Hopefully you guys can even see this. Let me grab a screwdriver or something. This line that's right here, there's a body line that I want to keep right here that I'm bringing back in as we speak. This is where, and I don't think I showed it, there's actually a bumper that goes here, like a, I don't know if you call it a cow catcher or whatever, but the bumper that goes up here, the bar, well, I'm having to fill those recesses. So the idea, and hopefully this gives you a little better idea from yesterday, that this is all going to be nice and smooth, and then it's going to work in right here. We're going to have to cut in, basically we're going to cut in, well, we're going to cut all this out, and I'll show you the plan here in just a second, so that all that'll fit in there nice and smooth. And I thought the easiest way to make this happen is to use the core supports and whatnot from the Bronco. So you can see here, I pulled out the trusty saw, just my nice coping saw here, and cut the front end off. Now, I'm not going to use, obviously I cut off some of the front fender, all this. Basically, all I want is, or all I'm going to be using is this filler panel here, this kind of top core support here. This filler panel, because this is the filler panel in between, oops, let me flip that over, kind of put it in. That's the filler panel in between what do we call this? The grille and the bumper. So I want that. So I want all, and see how now with that core support, I can just mount everything and it's where it needs to be. Now I will end up removing all this. So we know, let me show down below where I think it's you get a little better view. We know that the outside shape of this grille is what we need. That's the shape we want. So I'll take this core support down and shave it down to that same shape. Hopefully that makes sense, which basically will just remove all this fender and whatnot and a little bit of the core support because it needs to come down a little bit smaller, because then we can take this whole core support, cut out this, replace it with this. Hopefully that makes sense. Now we will have to cut back into the fenders just a little bit because I want these bumpers to suck in there. I want it to be nice and smooth in there. But hopefully, let me get my fingers out of the way. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about as far as incorporating this into the front end of the truck. And with the lower, if I put this back in place so we can take another look at this, just as a reminder, the way this sits right now, if I can get it to sit, our frame rails are low. And that's going to be okay because now we have if I can kind of set it in, can I get this so you can see? get in frame. So now that's gonna, that bumper, this bottom bumper is gonna sit right there at those frame rails, like it's part of, like it's meant to be. Like those are meant to be there. And I think that's gonna look, it's going to look kind of cool once it's all in there. But that's the front end, where we're at the front end. By the way, I did spray, I did start, I guess I should mention, I did start shaving the door handles. I'm starting to fill in the seam lines where this roof went on, which it's got a lot of work to do there. And the door handles on this side still got a couple little pits and a pinhole. Basically for all my filling and this work here, the work that I'm doing here, this body work, I've been using U-Pole's body filler. This is what I have because, I'm pretty sure it's overkill for a model, but it's really good body filler. So if you're doing real body work, it's good stuff. More for spot. You don't want to use it for big jobs, but it's overkill for these. I need spot putty for this, which I love U-Pole's Dolphin Glaze, which I need to get some. I don't have any. Yeah, I have to order it. You can't get it down at the AutoZone or wherever that I know of, at least. So I need to order up some of that. But till then, I'm just mixing up way too much of this to then do 1 or a quarter ounce of filler. But anyways, that's what I'm using to get this stuff done. So let's look at the interior real quick, because I do want to point out, I did get one of, and this might still be a little wet because I have primed this also. Also I'm priming with Vallejo's surface primer, their gray surface primer. But I've got the door panel started to be incorporated into the interior. I've got this one's actually glued up. This one's still in the clamps. So this one's still gluing. It needs to go for the rest of the day. I need to just keep that held and clamped in there so I know it's nice and tight and clean. So we'll be painting this part of the door panel, the upper part of this door panel, which is, it runs around and then I'm going to let it run all the way around the backside too, is going to be body color. That's going to be the blood red. This will be black, I think probably black and silver. Black with the silver, the like aluminum stainless accents. But you can see if I put it into the interior now, fits pretty nice. We're going to build a back panel coming off of this, along with building off, let me come down here so you can see better, coming off this angle here. So we'll have a wedge piece that goes back here. Hopefully that makes sense. I've also started priming the center console because I need to get it painted in because everything's going to kind of base off of this center console a little bit. But so you can see that wedge piece. Can you see this angle here? So that's how our back panel back here, where our, that'll lead into our speaker box. It'll just be an acrylic panel here. And we'll, because I think I'll probably have the speakers flush mounted. We'll figure that out. But we are going to have a beauty panel back here. And then this angle coming down, like we have a 45, you can't even see what I'm doing, a 45-degree wedge right here, which then this will back into, and you see this gap back here, that's where that wedge will meet up with the center console. The other thing is that, and I did not bring it up, that's my fault. But I'll just let you know, I haven't done it yet, so this is going to be future work. The dash, well, you can already see that we've got to trim this door panel some here, but the dash actually matches up right. Make sure you can see it. See this angle coming down here? That's where the dash matches. Marries into, whatever the right word is. Fits, slots in. But I need the dash to go all the way to back here, so we're going to be trimming that out. Basically, I'm just going to trim right on this angle, and then the dash will fit right in there. This kick panel, once the dash, which comes way down here, you can't even see it. So I'm probably going to leave this kick panel just as it is. Oh, last thing, very last thing. I did make little mounts for our seats so that our seats will fit right in here. So we'll have a console. We'll have our seats. Let me go up here so you can see. They'll be able to mount flush. Since we lose the little slot. There's a bump up in the Bronco kit, a bump up that mounts this. There's a tab in there. So I just built a flat surface right there, which I think will be fine to be able to mount our seat, which will probably go about right in here somewhere. Our dash will be right there. and I think the interior will look pretty good. All right. These updates are going to be very complicated because there's kind of so much going on. I'm still, I mean, just so you know, I'm still, we still got a ton of work to do back here. I've got to extend these fenders. I've got to build a bed. I mean, there's so much going on. We still got to finish out the chassis. But so as I have updates on the specific things I'm actually working on, I'm going to give those updates. So make sure and subscribe to keep up with this build if it's something you're interested in, because every day is probably going to be a little different because I need to change focus here, change focus there. Plus we've got parts in for the Oldsmobile. We got parts in for the Thunderbird. So we're going to be having updates of those being dumped in also. So make sure, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think so far about this build. Let me know down in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I love your input. I use your input. I appreciate your input. So please let me know what you think down, good or bad. If you think something is going in the wrong direction, please let me know. Let me know why, because I'm all ears. I definitely love input and critical criticism and all that kind of thing. So let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that hype button, hit the bell button. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I got a bunch to get done, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.